Hello everybody. Today's story is a true story. A story that really happened quite a while ago. In 1943, Eddie Rickenbacker was sent on a journey. He was a pilot in the Second World War. The whole world was at war against Germany, and he had to take a very important message to a general. So he took 7 of his crewmates, and he was, as I say, he was a pilot, and they had to fly over the Pacific Ocean. And guys, they got lost somehow or other, and there was no more fuel left, and they landed in the sea. Luckily, all 8 of them got out quickly, and they got into the rafts, but the aeroplane went down into the sea. Now, if you think lockdown is bad, this was bad. They were in these 2 rubber dinghies, and they were on the water, on the sea. Wherever they looked, there was just water. The south, west, north, east, there was just water. No land in sight. They were in these boats with the sun shining down on them terribly in the day. They had nowhere to hide. When the rain came, they were drenched, they were wet, it was terrible. At night, it was so terribly cold. And the worst thing is, in the end, after 8 days, they had no more food left. It looked quite impossible. But you know what? Nothing is impossible for our God. Eddie was a Christian. He loved God. And every day he would talk to these crewmates of his, and he would tell them, nothing is impossible with God. And every day, every morning, every afternoon, every evening, they would talk about God and they would pray together. And all of them didn't believe this, and they thought, poor Eddie, he's going to be so disappointed, because who is going to help us at all? But one day, that 8th day, just in the afternoon, they had just prayed and spoken about God, and Eddie had just told them, listen to me, there is nothing impossible. Even with these sharks around the boat, there's nothing impossible for God. He can do anything. And Eddie says that he was wearing his hat. Here's my hat. So he had his hat on, and he put it on, and he was lying like this to get the sun out of his eyes, because he wanted to rest a bit. And suddenly, something landed on his hat. And Eddie said he knew that that was a seagull. And very slowly, he put up his hand and he grabbed the seagull. And they plucked all the feathers off, they killed the seagull, and they ate that seagull. They were so hungry. And guys, they used the insides of that seagull to catch fish, to stay alive. And in the end, they were rescued. Now, you know why this is a miracle? Because number 1, seagulls stay near land. They do not fly hundreds of miles into the ocean where Eddie and them were. Second one is, seagulls are scared of people. Here were 8 people in these 2 little boats, and he came and he landed on Eddie's hat. And the third one, guys, have you ever caught a bird? I've tried, but they are so quick. And Eddie caught the bird, and they could eat and be saved. Now, who did that for them? It can only be God. And do you know what? For the rest of his life, every Friday afternoon, Eddie would walk down to the sea with his pail of shrimps, and he would feed the seagulls, just to say thank you once again that God had saved them. And I want you today to look around in your family and see who is feeling discouraged, and go and tell them, don't worry, nothing is impossible for God. We believe it, and we want you to believe it as well. This is from Mrs. Sibanda and Mrs. Skuman, and from me.